Well, I finally done it. Welcome everybody to Final Fantasy X HD Remake. I've been contemplating on getting this game for a while because of course I enjoyed the game as well as I've played the game several times and it doesn't get boring, especially if you space it out and don't play it repeatedly. And it's been quite a few years. I got this on my PS3. Yeah, the HD collection, but I didn't really play it as much because, of course, it was my PS3 and I didn't play my PS3 too much. So I got it for my PS4 and got rid of my HD collection for PS3. No, I kept it. Because I think a friend of mine wanted to borrow it. So I was like, I'll let you hold it. And of course, I'll just keep it for collector's value. I'm going to start on the expert sphere here. I don't know how it works. But it's another new experience for me. And I'll start with their Rain soundtrack. I mean, it's nostalgic to look back at this, and you can actually see the all-around changes they made to it. Because those of us who remember playing it back in the day, it didn't look like this. Now, don't get me wrong, there's not too much of a difference, especially because I've been back and forth between them. You know, I've actually saw the HD and then I went back to the original. Now, there are some things that are a little different. Sometimes, especially when I watched a few episodes of somebody playing this, I was like, yeah, you can see some bigger differences, but at the same time, the smaller ones you can tell too. So I guess you'd say it's moderate. It's not too little, it's not too much. They touched up on it just right. It'll be interesting to play this, especially with a new experience with the expert sphere grid. Because I wonder what's so expert about it. I haven't looked into it, so that's virgin territory for me. Beautiful though. They cleaned it up quite nicely. Yeah, I was looking at this game and I was like, I've played it several times before. I don't see why I get it. And plus, since it's like, $50, well, when the GameStop is 40, and I was looking at it in GameStop, I was like, I ain't gonna get it. But I see it in the PlayStation Store, and I was like, I don't need it. And here I go an hour later. I done bought it.
Listen to my story.
So here I am again playing it yet again, and I doubt I'll be able to put it down because this is
last chance.
A classic, and this is back to turn-based, and I'm from the turn-based fandom. I love my turn-based games. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the action-packed full-on RPGs like Tales, like the Tales games, and of course Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy 13. I actually like Final Fantasy 13. Final Fantasy 13 was amazing too. Like, a lot of people was like, didn't like it because it was too long or it was too hard or they did too much with it. I think it was pretty balanced to me because that usually, in a Final Fantasy game, you can grind to a certain level, you can stick in a certain spot and, level up, get what you needed, and proceed through the game. I guess about spending about 20 to 30 minutes in a spot, maybe even less, depending on what's being fought or what to sit and grind at a certain part of the game. And kind of just advance through it. That one took it to a different level. You would be in the same spot for a while in 13. Not because you want to. I wouldn't say because you have to, but at the same time, they make you. So you can actually enjoy the experience of the game, like what they've done and what they've been through.
Can you sign this?
You get to actually see the beauty within the game. I'm not gonna name them, I'm just gonna keep them tedious.
Please?
Alrighty.
Me too!
But
Take it easy.
what was I saying? Oh yeah. They make you basically look at their environment. Like, this is what they have done, and of course traveling back and forth between them Now that's the part that got kind of tedious to me. Of course, you gotta go to the same spot, do this, same spot, do that.
Nothing to worry about.
The hunter missions were, I guess, were a bit much,
I'll do this.
but I guess it wasn't too boring, especially if we didn't sit there doing them all day.
What seat?
But we're gonna start talking about Final Fantasy 13 because we're playing Final Fantasy 10.
Got it.
Just looking off in the distance, just then looking at the things,
Well, gotta
looking at
go.
the city.
Cheer for me.
Man, he cleaned this up
2, 3.
damn good.
Teach us how to blitz.
Hey, I got
Although the faces do look kind of plastered on still, like they got a sticker and went, there you go. Face for you, face for you, face for you, sticker face.
I mean, tomorrow.
Promise?
Promise.
Ah, man. I'm brought back to a simpler time. Alright, look at how they did the city. This is cool. If y'all can hear a squeak toy in the background, like I said, if you can. I got my noise cancellation on, but if you can hear the squeak of this toy, that's my dog in the background. She's chewing on her little toy.
I was in a coffee shop running away from home when I heard the news. Our hero, Jecht, gone, vanished into thin air. My dad must have been his biggest fan. I knew how sad he'd be. Heck, we all were that day. Zanar, I says to myself, what are you thinking? I went running straight back home. We sat up talking about Jecht all night.
I'm not gonna sit and let y'all listen to all that.
Coming through.
Oh,
Sorry.
God, let me through, people.
Hey, I'm gonna be late.
Freaking people.
Hey, let go.
Groupies and everything. Get off my clothes. Oh, wait. Which one of you stole my underwear? They stole my underwear away from my shorts, man. They didn't even take my shorts off. They just snatched them fuckers off. Got water in my butt crack. That's what he got going on in my life, man. They stole my underwear. Oh! Touch my balls. You gotta love this music of the world. I had this song on my MP3 player back in the days when this song was very popular. Well, I'm gonna say very popular, but it was popular to me. I jammed to this damn song on the bus, in class. I don't really originally like music like this, but man, this one just kind of like stuck with me because I think when I heard the song, I saw this. And when I first saw this part, I thought it was him summoning that. I'm like, what the hell? Is this a summon? Already? Cause I was looking at all this. I was like, man, I was amazed by this game. The visuals were amazing. The graphics are awesome. I mean, for PS2 back in the day. I mean, come on. And I've always been a Final Fantasy fan. Always. I've owned all of the Final Fantasy games. Except for the ones for like the handhelds, but I won't count those. I've had the system-based ones. And I did Final Fantasy 14 for a time. I did it for a while actually, but it just started to feel like the average MMO to me after a while. I enjoyed it. I played it. And spot sin. You know, I had like, I think about 3 or 4 max characters on Final Fantasy 14 online. Well, only because I like diversing myself in different characters, starting out from different places. But their main job was either this or that and the other. But I mostly stayed on my my monk. I forget what they call him in that game, but I say a monk. He is on this toy. Man, they really cleaned this up. Hey, you. Okay.
Orin!
You see my underwear? They're over here. You can put them on when the screen goes black. Okay. I'll be trying to complete this game, and there'll be some things I do.
Huh?
I think what I'll do when I'm not recording, I will grind some levels that require me to level a bit.
What?
Don't cry.
And probably collect a few items that I can't get, and y'all have to excuse that bark.
What the? Huh? Hey, wait! Hey, not this way.
Look.
Sorry about that.
We call it sin.
What I'm gonna say, I'll be collecting a few things, I'll be leveling a bit, I'll be trying to, basically grind to be at the appropriate level, or at least be a point where it won't be too hard for me to do a few things. And of course, probably try and learn what this new sphere grid is all about, the experience sphere grid. I may screw it up. A lot of you will look at this and probably be like, oh my god, what is he doing? Why is he messing up the sphere grid? I mean, if it's not too much different than the regular sphere grid, then I can figure it out, no problem. Yeah.
A gift from Jet.
How do you start out with a sword? How you get a sword and can't carry it? Well, I guess they're gonna put it to a point where he's inexperienced. He's never wielded a sword before.
Using.
I wouldn't think it would be too heavy. He can one-hand this thing, obviously, compared to swinging it with both hands, flailing like a little girl.
These ones don't matter. We cut.
That always caught my attention too. I was like, how can you one-hand this sword after flailing about with it for a while? I mean, you're inexperienced with a sword. You were pretty much like anyone with who's never wielded a sword would do, just kind of flail and fumble. But now you're one-handing this thing, so it can't be that heavy. It's got to be light to some degree. But then again, I'm sitting here trying to put logic to video games, so ignore me. Moving forward. It's so cool seeing this game again, though. It is very cool seeing this game again. I mean, hell. As I said, this is part of a big part of my life. I've played all Final Fantasy games. I really have. Like I said, not counting the online nor the handheld versions. Well, guys, I'll continue this battle on the next episode. Thank you for watching. See you guys then.